There we go. Okay. For some reason, Windows always likes to change my sound settings. But hello, welcome. And today, we are very close to the end. Final book, final chapter of Season of Ghosts. And, well, you guys are a little under the weather today, so I do need someone else to do the recap. Doesn't need to be precise, doesn't need to be all-encompassing, just whatever you remember from last time.
I'm gonna let you take it, Hugo, if you want. If not, I'll take it.
Oh, okay.
I just thought for a second, who's gonna want the hero point more? Probably you.
So I will do what I remember.
Hmm.
We determined, well, we found the theater master dead, first of all. We didn't really have many leads about it, but we had that ritual from Ren Melee we needed to work through and complete. Was this last session or the session before? Am I mixing it up?
No, I don't think so.
The theater master was found dead at the end of the session before last,
Okay.
but we remembered
Okay, no, I got it. So Ren Melee asked us to do a fourth step of the ritual of winter, which was putting on a tea ceremony using special tea. We were to visit the Whisperwood Shrine to the northwest and find gossamer thread to filter this tea. The shrine, we found it in a glade, surrounded by spider webs and cocoons everywhere. And we found that the shrine was being guarded by a number of spiders, and it was a shrine to Daikitsu. We proved ourselves to the spider guardians that we were legitimate, I suppose, and we were given a blessing of Daikitsu, and we took the threads that we needed for the tea. We returned home and we found another person was murdered. Elizabeth Candora, the priestess at the cathedral to Pharasma. So we begin to think the murderer was a yohoi, a supernatural creature that despised music. So Ren Melee returned later on, and RT made her very impressed, and she offered our village autonomy under the condition that we swear our loyalty to her and her alone, as opposed to the Jorogomu court. We all ended up agreeing, and she ended up giving us one more task to help us in a way on our mission to find the murderers. I think it was the Gossamer Path, I think.
Mhm.
And we were given a silk scarf, basically, that would teleport us to a mountain pathway. Once there, we asked some questions of the creatures that were residing in that area. And they, one way or the other, we were informed that there was something going on in the mayor's manor still. There was some sort of secret door. We returned from this last ritual and we were granted the key to this city, basically, the key to the village, indicating that we were the rightful rulers of the village, and the village was given autonomy. And we were going to be going to the manor to resolve this stuff. I think. Did I miss anything?
I mean, that's pretty much it, actually. So, with that being said, let's begin. You guys, of course, would have had time to rest at least the night after, getting all this information, that sort of stuff. You have re-prepared yourselves, gone over all of the things that you have experienced in the past. Use your learning, your knowledge, your experience to, well, level up, essentially. And with that being said, the only place you have to go now is to go where it all started. The Governor's Manor. Anything you guys do before you head in that direction?
I think that I am ready.
Same.
You're done. Dozen.
I am good.
Okay. And Yuga.
Huh?
Ready to go?
Yeah.
Okay. So, as you guys head over towards the manor, the governor's manor, its ruined sort of facade, viewable from sort of the bluffs that overlook it, from the town square and all that. And yet, one man, to Matsuki, the 99-year-old elder of the town, sort of like squints at it, alone, standing on top of that bluff, looking out at it. He notices you guys approach, he sort of like slowly turns. You see it too now, don't you? Something's different.
Yes, and I believe now, finally after all this time, we might be able to finally solve this issue.
Nobody else in town can see it. Nobody at all. You're always well, my friends. I don't say that lightly. An old man doesn't make new friends. They only mourn the ones who die. You, however, have always had my back. I've always had South Bank's back. Northridge, of course, is always the heart of our commerce. Always had more money, more power than our people in the South. Yet, you kept our traditions alive. For that I thank you.
We have done our best. And hopefully the traditions of Willowshore can continue, even into the future here.
Well, as long as we have young people like yourselves willing to upkeep our traditions, even in a world 100 years ahead of where our traditions once, well, made their homes, with no other village around, remembering the rites, remembering the festivities, remembering even the spirits that we pay homage to. Willowshore stands as a bastion of our culture, of our faith, of our people. And, perhaps that is why I, like you, can see, well, as he sort of waves his hand over the ruined manor, there's something strange about it. There's a feeling in your heads, a feeling that you can sort of toy with in your mind, something that you can move, almost like a lever. And as you sort of shift that lever in your mind, there's sort of a shift in your perception, a shunting of what was once ruins, now perfect form like it was in the past, like you all remembered it before all of these events occurred. The manor no longer in ruins.
That is very strange.
I wonder if it has to do with us getting that key. Maybe.
It certainly does. That's the only thing that quite changed between now and then.
You have that key, and, well, I'm old enough to remember as much as anybody else. Perhaps now there is enough of a connection. Enough, well, enough that would make whatever wards are on the place, whatever pathways open to you. And if those wards, if those pathways were created by Governor Heishan Bao, a man who had always seen his governorship as his only, well, trait, as his only act in the world. Governorship was all to him. And perhaps now that you are official in your stewardship of Willowshore, now you too may enter governors, at stewards, at rulers. Well, I leave it to you.
Hopefully we'll see you again very soon.
I'm sure of it. I'll get going. Sort of waddles away with his cane.
Shugo's gonna turn to look at the others. Well, are you all prepared?
Yes, I don't believe there's
Yes.
anything else I can do to be any more ready than I am.
Well,
I certainly hope so.
you guys head towards the manor. You feel a shift, like a slipping feeling, as if you are moved from one place to another, shunted from one side to another side of something. Either way, as soon as you step maybe 15 feet from the walls of the manor itself, all of a sudden, as you look back, Willowshore is like it is, but completely empty. Nobody on its streets at all. You guys over to a new scene. For some reason, they really like ear-screeching noises, ambiance, so no thanks. Let's do this.
Maybe they watch our streams.
Yeah, or they don't have as good of headphones as I do to be able to even hear
They
that.
get their ears checked.
So, as you guys step through as well, it seems day shifts directly into night. It is a clear, moonlit sky. Perhaps one or two stray clouds here and there. Stars above glimmer like they always have. Though, because everything is so wrong, so different than what it is in the real world, there's still an otherworldly feeling. The doors to the manor lie, well, unruined, as nice as they ever were before you.
Shugo remembers what happened before when they tried to approach the governor's manor, so he's gonna be careful as he approaches the doors.
Okay.
I do hope this is the final time he end up in some alternate world. I think I've visited enough to last me a lifetime.
Several lifetimes, as a matter of fact.
Don't remind me.
And Shugo's gonna kind of place both of his hands on the doors and just kind of throw them open.
Alright. Throw the doors wide, leading in the manor's entrance. A smooth stone, uncracked, unmarred, seemingly almost as if they were cleaned by servants yesterday, even today. But as you guys enter, a pair of stone lions flanks the entrance, their eyes shimmering with crimson light. To the north, sliding paper walls block the view into the manor's inner courtyard. With your entry, the two stone lions appear to animate, raising their forepaws in salute before returning to their original positions. And you specifically, Shugo, get the suggestion that their manner belies relief, as if whatever spirit animates them is glad to have the mansion in trustworthy hands after a long history of neglect.
She goes and look between all of the doors. The door that we saw before. Oh,
Get an impression, sort of seeing these shapes through the papered doors, sort of backlit by the lanterns on the other side of the door. Sort of these strange hopping shapes, humanoid, but they sort of hop towards the door. And then you see a sort of clawed hand go to the door and begin to sort of slide it open. You see, hopping through again, a pair of women, pair of seemingly aristocrats of some sort of paper over their half of their face, as if it was hiding their half. As they sort of hop into the interior, I was skipping through. They look to you all like curiosity, but then immediately sort of bear these fangs on their gray skins, or sort of surrounded by gray skin on them. You're not welcome here. Leave now.
It's more the other way around. We're the ones who belong here, and you're not welcome here.
You seem to be confused. That's fine. Your corpses will leave as well. Immediately.
We will eradicate you.
They immediately go to him. They do not care to conversate any more than that.
Yeah. Yeah,
Well, I
Yuka's
don't
on the
quite
same
like the
page.
tone of your voice.
Battle me. Can do maybe that. Yeah.
you could have just gone some other place, but you had to come here.
Yuga, your turn.
Okay.
And just
I'm
looking
just-
at them, because sorry to interrupt, but just looking at them,
Great.
from what you have recalled, these are provincial Jiangxi, the sort of vampires, the porcelain vampires. One that you had fought before that was leading the bandits.
I'm just gonna open up immediately with an eradicate undeath. It's attacked in a cone.
Okay. I will roll a fortitude save for both of them. And you don't have to put down a cone or anything, because obviously your allies aren't going to be affected by Paladin. One rolls a natural one, the other just barely pushes back against it. So, the one in the back takes a total of 76 points of damage immediately, the other one taking half as you blast them, essentially attempting to eradicate the undead.
I'm going to stride since my AC is the worst.
Alright. Riding across the room as you do so. We go to Shugo. You're on ruler mode, Yuka.
Wow.
Alright, well, Shugo's gonna just try to take out that one that got absolutely blasted by Yuga's spell.
Alright.
2 action devastating bite.
Easy enough to start things off as you just reach over, slamming your jaws towards them. But,
I can't miss the first attack of the game.
Alright, hero point. 18 will be a critical hit exactly.
That's more like it.
Okay.
That's better.
You slam your jaws into them, the porcelain just shatters under your bite, and immediately they fall to the ground, but they sort of like become very rigid, and there's still sort of this like convulsing in their body. You remember that there is no way to kill them unless you spread glutinous rice or hen eggs across them.
Well, hopefully Lydon has that available to us again. And I'm going to turn around towards the other one, and let me check one thing really quick.
One more thing as well on that on that regeneration thing. They will awaken in a minute, so you don't have to do it immediately in combat.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. I was just double checking Furious Grab. It has to be the same target that was hit with the attack. So I am going to attempt an Assurance Athletics to try to grab this other one.
Okay.
1 second while I pull it up.
Attempt to,
Not quite.
but
That's all 3 of my actions.
strong enough to push away against you. Bowzin, your turn.
Okay. So first, since Liaodon's next, I'm gonna cast Nudge Fate, targeting him, so he gets that bonus. There's that spell.
Hmm.
And I'm gonna make this target lose 1 armor class.
Target CF. Alright.
It's a vampire. Are they weak to any metals? Don't answer that, Aeon. I'm thinking to myself.
Hmm.
I don't know. No harm in trying. So I did not mean to click that door. Gonna throw silver darts at him.
Alright. Flinging these darts towards them. 11 on the dice. Any of them finding purchase against them. Roll the damage. That'll be 17 points. They don't take any extra damage. In fact, they actually are resistant, seemingly, to physical types of damage. Sort of
makes
shattering off
sense.
their porcelain skin.
Well, that is my turn.
Liaodon, over to you.
Mm-hmm. Things going as the usual. I'm devising a stratagem.
Alright.
First, my recall knowledge. Which do I roll?
For these, you will be rolling religion.
Excellent.
$29. You are able to identify these again as the provincial Jing Shi that you had fought before. What do you want to know specifically about them?
Give me any sort of weakness that might have.
They do not have any weaknesses.
Ooh, that's annoying.
However, they have vulnerabilities as vampires, as many vampires have specific vulnerabilities. Jing Shi cannot voluntarily come within 10 feet of a brandished mirror or the sound of ringing bells. And also, Jing Shi are afflicted with severe melancholia when reminded of their debased nature and the truth of their existential disconnection from living beings. And in practice, that means when they see an altar with at least one bulk of food offerings to ancestor spirits, they must attempt a will save. Or become
Fascinating.
stupefied or confused or whatever. But yes.
Quickly, put together a shrine to your family.
Probably not doing that, but I will roll for my funny number.
Alright. 10 on the dot.
I'll keep that. And I will obviously fire.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's a definite hit, I'm guessing.
Aim,
Hopefully.
clean, safe shot. Definitely hit.
It is off guard against Sugar, unsurprisingly.
Alright. I'll remember that. And 34 points of damage to them. They cannot bleed, and they are resistant to that physical damage, but still damage is certainly damage. Assessment.
Yep.
GM chooses one that would be... I usually, when it says GM chooses for the information, I will just give it give you the most pertinent information. Their lowest saving throw is their reflex.
Ooh. Oh. I reload, and I think that's my turn.
Okay. go over to them. How dare you strike at your betters? The life force. Your life force will be mine. As this vortex of this sort of vortex of pulling against your blood and against your life form or life force is, well, evoked from them. I need everybody, because she's definitely going to be able to get everybody in this.
Let's
To
see
make
if I
a
can interrupt it first.
Oh yes, absolutely. They would be off guard to you, so I'll add 2 to this. That's still going to
You
be
know
a
what,
miss.
guys? Should I re-roll it? Is it worth it to interrupt?
I mean,
Big AoE.
Yeah.
16. With the
I'm
off
sad.
guard, is still only going to be a hit. So we'll strike them, but
She
won't.
has the -1 AC from.
Yes, that's all being applied.
Oh,
Hey, hold on. One.
Does it show there? Is the base AC 32?
There. Let me look at the other lady. Their base AC is. Oh, why didn't it actually do that correctly? Yeah, 39 should be a critical strike, so you can re-roll that
Oh
as a
Oh,
crit.
God.
I don't know why.
Sure,
I
I'll
guess
take
it's
that.
because it hero pointed on something and then I did off guard after, so it might have messed up its calculations. But yes, that definitely does critically strike them. As they're sort of trying to draw up both hands to do this, you're just able to rip into them, preventing that. And then, as a final action, they're going to simply step up here.
she will need to make some saves.
Yes. Okay. Fortitude.
Actually,
And
would getting a slow on your own turn stop your action?
On their next turn, yeah. You succeeded both, how? Yuga, your turn.
Okay. Kind of have a shortage of decent reflex spells, so I'll just see what I can do with some fortitude.
All right.
I'm going to grip my staff and do a, it's called a Vitality Lash cantrip.
Mm-hmm. A roll of 13. They will succeed, but they'll take half of this.
Ooh,
Half that. 9 damage
look at
there.
the sweet ones.
Hmm.
Do I still have shield? I do.
Okay. Good goes up.
Done.
Shugo, your turn.
I'm gonna try to finish her off.
All right. 15 will be a definite hit. Snap your jaws one more time into them. 28 points of damage will be reduced. They're actually not dead from that.
Hmm.
Badly, badly injured, however.
And I will just. I'm going to use Furious Grab to automatically grab her,
Mm-hmm.
making her off guard against another bite.
We grab on them and bite. That will hit. And so, as you bite in, as you sort of grasp onto them, preventing any escape, you chew into them, and they fall sort of unconscious, but they get very rigid, and it's hard to even pierce through their rigid form here, as they're still convulsing on the floor. You guys know there's only one way to stop their regeneration.
Chu drops her to the floor. Yaron, I hope you brought some more rice.
Well, I had, but I was hoping we would use it for celebrations this time instead of dumping it on more Jiangxi.
There's plenty of things to celebrate with in town.
Well, this is plenty celebration, though. I mean, yeah, of course we'd want to eat it, but this is also satisfying.
I'm not eating a Jiangxi.
We are not going to eat them. Do not worry, Yuga.
That's not
Or-
what you meant.
I don't know. That's funny for you to say. You were just. You looked like you were about to.
There is a difference between biting things and chewing on them.
Adon steps up with the rice, pours it over both of them. and they stop convulsing. These striations, these cracks form all along their bodies, and they break apart. They're destroyed. They leave these doors open to the west, but there are other doors, other paper doorways leading throughout the restored manor here.
Which way shall we go?
10-minute rest?
Okay. Need your focus point back?
It would be nice. It's a really good source of fighting ability for me.
She doesn't listen
Especially if there's
carefully as we're taking this couple minutes here. Make sure there's nobody else coming towards us.
Okay, roll perception.
I do have scent as well.
You smell, listen. It's eerily quiet in here. Can't tell that there's anybody else coming or going or where they might be.
Well, we know where the mayor's room is. Do we just wish to go straight there?
Or should we inspect the area to make sure he doesn't have backup?
It would probably be wise. It will take longer. I don't really think he'll be fleeing, though.
It's not if he flees, it's if reinforcements come in. We don't want the battle to get messier than we can avoid.
I agree.
She doesn't head towards where those other people came from.
Okay.
I'm gonna let the team go into the small room here.
Around. And in here, it seems like there's tons and tons of documents spread out on both tables here. It's unorganized as they are.
Can I skim through a couple documents to get a gist of what they're about?
Roll
Or if there's any
society.
theme? Cool.
I'm going to possibly clue in, since I imagine this would play into my investigation into Kugapti.
Kugapti? No. There's nothing here about Kugapti.
Okay, never mind. I'm not cluing Bowsin in.
But Balzin, you quickly realize that these are ancient, or well, at least 100 years old documents, in good condition, as with the rest of the manor, about taxes, local, troubles, this and that. All very boring, bureaucratic paperwork.
Wonderful. Paperwork. Nothing here is pertinent right now.
The worst part of the job.
You haven't even had to do tax season yet, Yuga.
Is that the 5th season? It's not the season of spirit, it's the season of taxes.
Shigo keeps going down the hallway.
Apparently, this is a horror story.
He
One
opens
door. Small room, beyond, another.
two different rooms.
Suffice to say, you guys find some servants' quarters. And looking through them, you'll find their bathrooms, their toilets, beds, sort of well kept, everything in good condition, but nothing of interest in these chambers here.
Noticing a pattern.
I think the ruined manor was much more entertaining.
It was dirtier though.
I'm not gonna complain about there being less to oppose us.
Do I see
Yeah.
anything in the courtyard?
I was about
Courtyard
to ask.
does look pristine. Don't see any, creature in it, but you would have to enter it to have a better look.
I'm just gonna Actually, no. You know what? You live
Yeah,
once.
done.
I'm gonna step out and take a look.
Start with Leodon.
Oh no.
This finely appointed bedroom features all the comforts a traveling aristocrat would have expected, including amenities such as a private bath and lockable personal chests. A key, likely for the guest's use of this chest, is atop the container's closed lid. And as you guys are looking around, Leodon and anybody else who wants to look around in this room as their exploration activity to search, roll your perception.
Shugo sticks his head through the doorway.
Alright.
Yeah, that checks out.
The room,
Yep.
guest room, seems to have been recently used. Lingering fragrance of and beds that have slightly rumpled sheets. As you guys look around, on the bed, there is a gemstone of a crystal that's inlaid onto a sort of as a necklace, sort of like a shark's tooth or something like that, but rather a blue glowing gemstone. You recall
Oh, that's the Skyfane.
that you had found it
Uh.
here before, only destroyed in the ruined
Huh.
Fascinating.
If you get that and activate it now, you can get a +2 item bonus to saving throws against anything he does.
Well,
Who
I'm
would?
inclined to give this to our current governor so he doesn't fall into the clutches of that our old governor fell into. Not that I'm expecting that to happen or anything. Just precautions.
It makes sense.
No, since this is the chambers made for aristocrats, I imagine that maybe those Jiangxi were living here, or at least one of them was.
Oh, maybe.
You go. Feel free to take the necklace and use it.
The necklace?
Yes, on the bed there.
Oh, the blue one.
That would be the one. Lines glimmering on the bed. Take it. And as you're looking at the bed there, though, you notice a slight rumpling. You pull back the sheets. To find seems to be a meditation mandala.
Oh.
Intricate
Looks at
carving.
Bowsin, looks at Bowsin.
Stabilize is a divine innate spell. And temporary hit points.
Just as in the room, if you want to grab it yourself.
How long does it take to invest an item?
As long as it takes to equip the item. So, basically,
Okay, going last time. Anyone else want it?
It is all
Contact
you.
it.
put it around your neck. You may, of course, give yourself the temporary HP. And for the curious,
I love the idea of Bowsin having 15 temp HP.
the curious, Leodon, if you use that key to open the chest, all you find are someone's linens, clothing.
Might be
Locked away.
paranoid, but I might be paranoid, but there's no like second floor to this chest, is there?
Try it.
Probably wearing this
underneath.
as a bracelet. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I'm checking this chest for any hidden compartments.
you're 100% certain there's a chest.
Fair enough. Yeah, I'm gonna skip investigating this bathroom because I doubt there's anything worthwhile in there.
You know what they say about assumptions. I'm not checking the bathroom. That's what they say.
This crystal has an effect on it.
Mm-hmm. Have an effect.
You touch it to your brow, utter the name of a specific fiend or spirit you seek. Something something allowed to track something something DC. And also +2 item bonus to saving throws against effects the creature generates. Lasts until you activate it again to track a different target. So I can just do that now
Yeah, you can drag the
and
effect.
see if it'll work when I say wow, his name is so hard. Shimbao?
Ishanbao.
Hey, Shimbao.
You say it, and as you touch it to your brow, you sort of you feel like magnetized to the place you guys were already going to, the master bedroom. If you really needed to track them more, you could roll a religion check, but you are always given the approximate direction.
And at this range, there's not much question.
She goes in a kind of step out into the courtyard to see if there's anything out here.
You step out courtyard, and you see before you a sparkling pool, a rock garden fountain, excuse me, an artfully arranged foliage, turn the manor's heart into an elegant yard. Boys swim lazily in the pool while songbirds sing in the shrubbery. Numerous glowing red lanterns hang along the edges of the courtyard from the eaves of the surrounding Longhua-style colonnade, while the moonless night sky above is filled with stars. Elegant, framed scrolls depicting dragons, phoenixes, and dignitaries adorn the inner walls of the colonnade, but one of them, on the central northern wall, has been torn apart. Like, there.
I'm gonna go see what it is of.
You look at the one that is torn asunder. And as you're looking at the pieces of it, pieces of paper here and there that sort of lie down below it, it perhaps once showed a lovely young woman with dark hair and solemn eyes wearing the ceremonial dress of a princess of Huangot, same place Liaodon got his crossbow from. The frame of this portrait has been smashed. Splinters and claw swipes have torn the edges of the scroll, but the woman's likeness itself remains pristine. Whatever damaged the frame doesn't seem to have dared to touch her face. And Yuga, as you're looking at it, you feel a slight sort of shuddering in your pocket. A vibration.
I check to see what's causing that.
The fang and key
Oh
seems to
my.
be slightly vibrating and growing warmer as you look at this scrap of paper, this image of this young woman.
I approach.
We shouldn't.
You approach, and, well, not sure who this woman is. He
Oops.
dang key itself is vibrating, but it's not vibrating any more violently, any more warm, or anything like that. It just seems to want this scrap paper. And if you guys want to try to figure out anything more about this woman, roll a society check.
Okay.
Can I try Willowshore?
You cannot. It has not. She is nobody of Willowshore.
17 should give me everything I need to know.
Awesome. I know nothing.
Bowsin knows nothing. Leodon knows
Bowsin
nothing.
rolls the highest. It's a fail. It's a
You
crit
go.
fail.
Nothing. But the key seems to find this figure important.
Unless somebody stops me, I'm gonna touch the key to the portrait scrap.
Touch it. Nothing happens.
Okay.
Just bring it with us for now. Maybe it's relevant for something else. It makes me think that we do need to check each room before we confront the mayor, too.
Suppose I should take the scrap with me?
Yes.
Reach down and take the scrap.
Pick it up.
The unmarred face of the woman. When you do so, the key stops vibrating.
I think the key was telling me that we needed to take it with us.
Well, let us know if you feel it vibrating once again.
Okay.
She goes and step back into the hall they came from.
Okay.
And try the next door.
You open it up. Another guest chambers, though you don't find anything of particular note within.
Shugo continues down the hallway then.
Here, find another guest chamber. This one a little bit smaller, but again, nothing of note at all. It's very easy and very quick to sort of go through the cupboards, go through the chest. Each of the chests have a key that easily goes inside. This one empty. Nothing in those.
We should check the other side first.
Sounds good to me.
Shugo runs off after Boston.
Okay.
This
Wow.
would be really nice to have this in good condition. I wonder if that's actually possible.
Gonna flush the chat log. There we go.
I do not think this place is real, Yuga. Even though it may look and feel real, I don't think it is.
It's likely just a memory. Like the one
Was-
we were trapped in for 100 years.
Is the rotted version real?
The rotted version was real. That's what we were dealing with before. The whole manor was in disrepair, Yuga.
It's so unclear to me lately what's real and what's not.
Fixing stream for some reason. Went black for need to pull. Ignore. Stupid front page. This.
But I know that the loss of one of my dearest friends and of a person that I admire greatly, I know for sure that those are real. And I'm carrying that with me every step I take. So don't worry about me.
Here it comes. Alright, perfect. I don't know why it's crapped out there. It's fine. There we go. Okay. Perfect. Alright. And I need some stuff. Oh, it is. Things. That. There we go. Huge check. Alright. Sorry about that. One more thing, though. Also, my avatar also went crazy for some. Perfect. Alright. One more thing. I need to find this. I'm just gonna put this in chat so it fills up the chat. So that everything is correct on the right. So, with that, of course, as you guys entered these rooms, give me a chance to tell you what's going on with them. So, the fine plasterwork of this room's walls has been molded into shapes of birds roosting in the branches of willow trees in a forest. 3 wooden tables with padded benches sit in the main dining area, and the appetizing scent of a cooking feast wafts through the open doors of the kitchen to the north. And as you guys enter the kitchen, you see these figures, these Jingshi, sort of listlessly stumbling around the room. They pay you no mind at all, seem to look on wistfully and melancholically at the ever-present feast that is seemingly all nearing completion. There is stew boiling in a pot. There are half-cut fillets on a platter. There are even sort of other platters that have been stacked high with buns and such, steamed buns that still waft their steam above them, ever ready for a feast that will never come. These Jingshi do not regard each of you at all as they look on at it.
Cool. I like the idea of backing away slowly.
I do too. Let's back away slowly.
Do not disturb them. We know that they are
They are
enraptured
poor
by that kind of
hosts,
thing.
that's all.
Yes, definitely.
Can we take them? Absolutely. Would it drain our resources? Absolutely.
Just like, why mess around?
Sugar's gonna move down south to the other door we have not checked through yet.
Alright.
Carvos, are you happy that we're exploring the whole map?
I'm perfectly fine with it.
Scorvos.
Yeah.
Ah!
Shugo opens these doors in front of us.
By the way, you guys enter this chamber. Elaborate lanterns generously illuminate this room. A pair of long, low meeting tables fills most of the room, with shelves along the walls packed with regimented compartments for the organization of bureaucratic scrolls and missives. A stout bronze safe with a formidable-looking lock recessed inside a stern golden lion's maw sits under the shelves in the southwest corner. An empty weapon display hangs on the southern wall. You guys
Shugo looks at the safe.
may, of course, roll your perception checks if you are searching to enter this room.
Of course.
Yeah, I search.
If we take that golden lion, do we get to keep that?
That safe seems a little heavy for me to pick up.
Wow, I didn't know you were so weak after all this time.
And as you guys look around, Hyuga and Baozen, both of you realize that, well, the only notable... Well, actually, let's go to the shelves first. There are a couple of important documents amongst them. Apart from the outdated and mundane ones, they contain a famous classical treatise of long law, The Wisdom of the Seven Sages. Folded in to that document, that object that seems to be sort of put on a pedestal compared to all the other documents in the room, there's a letter. And that letter,
Oh no, that's interesting.
you know that the Wisdom of the Seven Sages is sort of just a general treatise on wise words and stuff like that. But the letter itself is from seemingly Shan Bao's parents, expressing their pride in their son and their conviction that he'll prove to be a wise, fair servant of the Dragon Throne of Longhua, worthy of all the ideals that they taught him. There is a shiver of recognition from the Fang and Qi as you look at these items, Yuga.
Wow. Pick up the letter. And I tuck it in alongside the portrait scrap.
All right. And there is also the safe.
Does
Hold on.
the
Let me check if I have
vibrating
thievery.
stop
do
when
not.
I acquire the letter?
Yes, it does, Yuga.
Okay. So the letter is definitely the relevant part, as we thought.
Maybe you should check near that safe just in case.
The safe.
Over here in the left corner.
Sugar points.
I approach it carefully.
As you approach, feel the Fang and Qi also shiver in your hand.
Oh boy.
Use the key.
Okay, I will try that.
Is the key too big for the lock, like comically big, or is it perfect?
It is perfectly suited for the lock. As you insert it sort of within the lion's maw, you sort of turn it, and the compartment sort of splits open to allow you to reach further into the lion's maw of the safe here. And fine. 1,000 gold pieces,
Oh, that's
seemingly the treasury of the ancient, or rather the 100-year-old Willowshore of the past. But also, as you're looking at it, Yuga, you also notice something funny. There is a secret compartment hidden in the back wall of the safe.
That makes more sense. Definitely investigate that further. See if I can open that.
A panel you can compress, allow you to open it. And as you do, all of a sudden, a howling, spectral face manifests out and screeches at you all. I need everyone to make a fortitude save against this withering wail.
Oh.
Jump scare button.
You saw the hidden compartment, but your perception check did not reveal the trap. Jugo critically succeeds.
Since we're kind of out of... you know what? We're out of combat. It's not that big of a deal.
Add-on fails. Dowsin succeeds, Yuga fails. So, the failed take this amount of damage, 64 points of damage, and
Oh.
you also wither and weaken. You feel clumsy and feebled as if from old age. Accursed by this withering. Dowsin, you take this amount of damage in full, and do not have the withering effect on you.
Oh,
Parchment
joy.
is open.
That ate up all my temporary hit points. I have enough charges on my staff to cast Cleanse Affliction once to try and counteract a curse.
At 4th rank?
Yeah, it's a 4th rank.
Okay. Can attempt. You can hit the counteract button, but who are you trying to counteract it for? Yuga or Leodon, as both of them look quite withered, quite aged.
Who? Let me look at this. Yuga, who do you think I should cast this on? You normally fix the people.
Let me see. Physically weakened. Clumsy is dexterity-based rolls and DCs.
Enfeebled with strength.
And it was me and Leodon?
Leodon.
Yeah.
I would say Leodon first.
Okay. Actually, click cast and counteract it with this check.
Hit it in, yeah, there we go. 12, total of 33. Counteract if the target is counteracting class. Let's see. Quickly. That will be a success. Yes, it will. So,
Awesome.
Thank goodness.
Thank you.
remove some of that withering from the add-on.
Yeah, I don't really
Awesome.
do a whole lot that's strength or dexterity based except for like AC, which
Yeah, kind of sucks for
Yeah.
the dex, but just stay in the back. Dang, that ate up most of my charges. I can only charge during daily preparations. It's fine. I wasn't going to use most of those anyways.
But now you have a chance to look at the hidden compartment, and within you find a second set of ledgers. These ones seem to prove Heishan Bao's illegal activities, selling lumber to enrich himself personally. Was concealing this income from his superiors in Imperial Longhua.
oh, he was worse than I thought then.
These ledgers established that he'd grown accustomed to a lifestyle that he wouldn't be able to sustain without the extra income stream. A few final entries suggest that he was trying to find a way to maintain his luxury expenditures without the lumber money, but failed to do so. Near the end of the ledger, an entry reveals that Shan Bao diverted a large amount of this money to purchase an occult living rune from an unscrupulous Longhua occultist to serve as a guardian for his most recent wartime collectibles. The notes indicate that he placed the living rune and the weapons guards into the northwest storage room for the time being, and that he plans to acquire more once this matter with the evil spirit in the ruins to the northwest behind him.
So, that is...
Do you remember that one time when we said that we thought maybe his heart was in the right place and he was just a fool?
No. Well, I do remember that, but that's no longer the case.
No.
He played the part. A fool in a different sense.
Absolutely.
Within those final entries, though, next to this stuff about the living rune, there's a unfortunately smudged note containing the deactivation mantra for the living rune, to be used whenever Shanbao wished to enter that chamber. But it's still a partial mantra, so you may be able to use it, using maybe some of your occult knowledge to fill in the rest of the mantra.
Can I make a check now to take a guess at what the rest is, or
You cannot, no,
to interpret the text?
because it is also reliant on you seeing the occult living rune itself, and in that moment attempting to come up with correct stuff. And the second set of ledgers also is still in the
Wait.
box, and the gold is still in. Better pick those up.
I have something that I've like had since the start of the campaign, which might actually come in useful here later.
Oh, yeah?
I can possibly quick tincture up one of these.
Ooh, when exposed to air, the substance rises over if poured over a bookstore or whatever words written. Will make an exact copy of the words it is in contact with, though it doesn't contain any measure. Read the room. It will only copy what is on it. It won't like restore what was written.
Ah,
I don't think.
unfortunate.
But it is good to know that something is guarding in the northwest of the building.
Yes, we can either avoid it or face it head on.
Well, try to deactivate it.
It was saying it was guarding weapons. Do we need more weapons?
Well, it
I'm
didn't quite
only-
specify what kind of weapons.
It's true. They could be magical scrolls or the like.
Oh, and annoyingly, northwest is actually northwest. It's actually up
Of
in
course.
top right because Paizo loves to flip around cardinal directions for some stupid ass reason.
Oh
Why?
man.
Why would they do that?
Well, we can't really
Mistakes.
we have to go through these doors either way, right? I didn't get
Yes.
a full glance of this room. Okay.
Seems so, yeah.
Chu opens the next set of doors.
Opens to a narrow hallway.
This is indeed very narrow. I cannot see into the
Is
room.
this
Don't
why
worry.
Shugo
Okay.
wasn't allowed to become huge?
Might be, yeah. There's other circumstances.
Shugo, get out of the way. Is there a paper wall beyond the door? Like,
Yes, there's paper
I
walls
just-
all over.
I'm
Anything
not.
that's yellow is
I'm not
paper.
going
Just
through
do
it.
it.
I cannot see it. No, we need to go this way.
I don't see it. I don't see it.
There's a door over here. We should. Maybe that's where that rune is.
I'm just imagining the paper like burgeoning out as he tries to walk through and keeps bumping
God.
the walls.
He's squeezing. He's a very long dragon, so he fits. He's fine.
You're not that skinny.
Let's use the door.
Had too much rice.
Guys, push along, headed to this door at the end of the hallway. You open it up, and it leads to a series of other doors that are to the north and south of this smaller sort of vestibule.
Can you just temporarily shrink me and we pretend I'm large still?
No, no. That's
Okay.
too
Well,
much work.
I need help to get through the door.
Yeah, I'll get you. Doors north and south.
Let's open this out first.
Okay.
You open up, small storage space. You rummage around in it.
Shugo just rushes in.
I'm gonna
Research
enter your
checks.
space.
Perception.
I don't think I'm supposed to, but I'm doing it anyway.
That's
I
fine. No, it's
mean-
totally fine.
It's fine. It's fine. We're not in combat. It's fine.
If ever there was a combat, I would just shunt you along.
Eject. Eject from your space.
I have a concern. You and Lydon's wounds. Maybe you should tend to them a little bit. Or did you forget your injuries?
We're really hurt.
We're only
Yep.
hurt a little.
Let's take a look at our injuries.
Just a little bit vivid.
Rashes, sort of like age, damage. You have the remedies, of course. But for the purpose of it, since you don't see any reason to rush, I'm going to say that you would have to spend, we'll say, 30 minutes to restore to full health, if that is fair enough.
Yay.
That's fine.
Let's pass by. Use your medicine checks to great. Leodon, Thousand, everybody, make sure you're at max HP at this point. But as you guys look through this room here, there's little of value. Stores, seemingly maybe for the kitchen, but nothing of value.
That's fine.
Well, feel free to enter these doors. He looks to the northern side.
Just be very careful in there.
Doors. Larger chamber. Filled with barrels, crates, other containers. But there is, in this one, a large wall scroll that hangs from a bamboo frame to the north. The scroll depicts a female sword fighter clad in armor that identifies her as a servant of Imperial Longhua. The sun above her head contains a single character that says protection. Recognize it, immediately bows in as the occult living rune. It will only wait a moment before striking if it does not hear the mantra. So go ahead and
Okay.
roll your
Good one.
occultism.
I will also attempt to recite the mantra.
Also, curious question: is her face there? Ooh, that's a good roll.
Is
I
what?
think you nailed it.
Bows in?
Does she have her face? I'm wondering if it's related to that scrap of paper.
It is not the same face as the other woman.
Okay.
As thou bows in, you fill in the details. You are very certain that you are going to say the right words, sort of after the words that are sort of not smudged out on the piece of paper. And as you recite them, the rune is deactivated. You may search the room. Ledger.
He really wasted his money on that. I almost feel sorry.
Any normal thief wouldn't have been able to handle that, I'm sure.
I wouldn't have been able to handle that. But I'm not a thief.
I was
No, you are
stumbling over
not.
my words there.
I am.
Hugo excellently searches the room, sniffs out some valuables, seemingly the wartime collectibles. Many weapons, 2 blades and 1 bow. First, the Dragonfire half-blow. From Hongol, over limbs, easy maneuvering on horseback.
Hmm.
That's
I may-
amazing. It's a bow
I-
that casts fireball.
I may not have the ammo for it, but does anyone mind if I take that?
There's arrows in this room. You can absolutely take arrows from here.
I
Fair enough.
love the idea of you having that.
Yoink.
There's also the 4 Tiger Blade. This is a 1 of 12 blade for each of the season. Only 12 of these have ever been manufactured. They're hammered under only very specific constellations. This one, a +2 striking ghost touch longsword that leaves a noticeable trail of light originating from the engraved stars when swung. Of course, has all of those effects too. One, a reaction after attempting a strike, sort of pull back into a defensive position against the void, against necrotic damage. And also, you attempt a strike against a possessed creature. It will not hurt that creature. And then it will attempt to basically banish the possession out from whoever is being possessed. Finally, Thundering Fury Dadao. Massive, curved blade roars when it crashes down on opponents, seemingly intent on subduing them with sheer force. It said materials for the first Thundering Fury Dadaos came from the hide of Yorak, the Horned Thunder, a legendary kaiju that roams the Shanglong Desert. +2 striking Thundering Greatsword.
I forgot. What does Forceful do? I forgot.
Forceful, it adds a +1 to your damage after you hit, it improves when you're hitting the same target, essentially. One after the next.
Ah, okay.
So if you
Yeah, that's
hit them
good
with
if
your
we had
second
someone who could use
attack,
it.
I think it gives, like, Agile also. Yeah, it's a pretty cool, like, greatsword where you can just keep hammering away at somebody. But,
Oh, it's a great sword?
yes.
That's so cool.
What beautiful weapons.
They will look good as trophies, or perhaps used by the most skilled guards worthy of them.
Imagine the stories behind them. I would love to read all about them.
I'm sure we will maybe find information about them someday.
Someday.
They lie there, waiting to be taken.
they become taken.
Very
well, the
well.
bow should be good. Enjoy casting Fireball, Leodon.
Yeah. Well, the question
don't
becomes
hold back.
when I'll actually use this short bow, because in theory, if I get a particularly good attack, I want to use my crossbow anyways.
Shugo tries to squeeze through the door.
Yep.
These pillars, they're physical things.
Yeah, it annoys me the way that they draw these lines. They are unnecessary and oftentimes more harm than good. But whatever.
It's funny. Yuga is up for a second, so you can probably just drag him over here.
Yep, okay.
He's doing some medicine stuff.
That's perfectly fine. Find double doors here.
Shugo opens them.
You open them up, and you find a chamber much like the other. Another storage room. You step in, no banner that greets you. All your perception checks, search around.
Did a real life medicine check.
Mm.
What did you roll?
Medicine.
As you
Oh,
guys-
perception check. Hold on.
yeah, you can roll a perception for the room. You all have a look around. Nothing of interest catches your eyes. Another simple storage space, maybe with extra linens, extra bed sheets, tools, repair sort of stuff, paper for the walls. Nothing of particular note.
Good we checked.
I'll let you drag me through. Shugo stops in front of these doors to the north here.
We want to go through the western doors.
I don't think it matters overly much.
Doors lie before you.
Shugo pushes his way through.
Do it.
You open the doors to find the master bedroom. This lavishly furnished bedroom reeks of decadent trappings. Remnants of half-eaten oranges, sweet rice cakes, and candied nuts lie on a platter atop the canopied bed. A nearby writing stand holds an unfinished calligraphy scroll, and dry inkwells sit on the side shelf. The wall to the right side of the bed features a large door made of fine cypress wood. An ornate golden lock, worked into a hideous fiend's face, is clasped around the door's handle. My stream. That's kind of annoying. Keeps like bugging out. You open it. Sorry about that, guys. Things that were working. That should load up, so I'm gonna leave it. So, as you guys are looking throughout this room, that door, of course, was not there before. And, well, there is a figure, actually, at that door. One that is sort of crouched up against it, seemingly having sort of like gotten very close to the lock with their face. They then, though, immediately come to a stand, looking back at you all. A strange alien sectoid of some sort. I mean, you know, huh? Let's start with that. Yes?
That is a good start. An awkward, but not terrible, introduction.
You would be the first person that hasn't meant us harm in this haunted place.
I'm not from here. This is not my home. I'm just here because of... I'm curious. What's causing the delectable smell that's wafting through this keyhole here? But I can't enter. It is not my place. However, on one of you... Yes, the bird. Smell amazing.
What
Oh.
kind of smell do you find delectable?
The scent of the accursed. I can free you from that curse. I could free you, yes.
Free me how?
By devouring the curse. It may drain you if you are not strong of body, however. But I can certainly remove the curse. And as part of that, we'll make a deal. You show me the way out of this place. You get me out of here. I've had enough of that. That man. That terrible man that comes and goes through this door here. I've always hidden from that frightening figure. And each time he arrived or left through the lovely smelling door in the room, a glimpse beyond both chilled and excited.
Well, Yuga, it's your choice.
So when you say that it might affect my body, how badly are we talking here?
But drain you, should your body not be strong enough. But it will cleanse the curse as I draw it from you. I have no desire to step through that door, even if you are here to open it. Red skies, an oppressed city, and a claw reaching from atop a hill into the clouds above.
Like very carefully watching him as I talk and ask questions and say, so if you draw the curse out of me and we let you out of here, you would have no ill will toward us or any of the people in our village, would you?
No, no, why would I? I simply seek curses to feed upon. Your people aren't cursed, are they?
As far as I know, no.
Then I'll find someone who is. Your people have nothing to fear from me. So,
Perception check based on seeing his responses and
Yep.
reactions to my questions.
perception. Go ahead. Sense motive. Well, it's hard to
Hard to
get
get
a
a read.
good beat on them. That's it. It's hard. Not sure.
Very well. Let's give this a try.
Alright, just stand still. Place my claws on you. They place them around you. They open their maw, their sort of mouth, wider than you would ever expect them to be able to open it. And this sort of pooling feeling comes over you. I need you to make a fortitude save, as you feel not only are they pulling at the curse, you're trying to let that go, but you're not trying to let go of your vitality. So, fortitude save. For the dice.
I feel determined and heroic.
Okay. It is also halfway mark. You guys may add your halfway hero points.
I also feel
Unfortunately,
very tired.
Yuga, you visibly look much younger, your normal self. However, your body is drained, so you trade the clumsy and enfeebled away for the drained version. So delectable. Thank you. It's been a while since I've eaten. If you find any more curses, if you collect any on yourselves beyond that door, bring them back for me to eat. I'll wait here. You do not need to escort me beyond these walls just yet. I want to see what you can carry from the other side of those doors.
Very well. And thank you. I feel a bit tired, but nothing I can't sleep off.
And as you guys, as this creature sort of steps aside, you have a chance to look around the room. Roll your perception checks for the room.
So there's a species that metabolizes curses. That's fun.
Kind of cool, actually.
So, the first thing that you guys look at in this room seems to be a nook on the writing table to the east here. And in it, you find a Shanbao's diary. It contains reflections on the dilemma he faces, his fears about risking his own life in the magical ritual, and his ultimate decision to modify the ritual with the self-justifying excuse that if things go bad, all pay some, and none pays all.
He spread the curse across the whole town to try and spread out the cost.
The other looks utterly furious.
I
And
think
yet-
Kugapti's hunger is not easily sated. He was given the opportunity to snatch up the whole town, and he didn't even second guess. He didn't even need to think. As soon as that ritual was cast, we were all pulled in. The fool.
I think he has the nerve to blame my father for giving him an incompleted ritual.
Which seemed to have been one that would absolutely risk his own life, Heishan Bao's. But instead, he decided to try to spread that out to the whole town.
Okay, cool, I interpreted that right.
Some vain hope that he wouldn't die if the whole town suffered along with him. But
Interesting.
seems as though he underestimated the power, the backlash of a dead Nindoru fiend as powerful as Kugapti. Could have been. He was brave enough to only risk his own life. The town wouldn't have suffered the backlash too. You also find, to the west, a wardrobe. On it, a withered camellia flower, carefully preserved in a cushioned box. The flower's stem is wrapped in a gold calligraphied ribbon, upon which a delicate hand has written, "Summer's virtues never fade."
Huh.
Royal Society could see if that is referencing something.
Don't you tell me twice. Actually, no, sometimes you do. Not this time.
Theodon and Balzin, you are both able to identify the quotation as being from Princess Adavisha's Lament. A classical romance about an outlander princess who fell in love with an impoverished Tian student. Knowing that their social positions made it impossible for them to marry, the lovers shared a single summer and then parted, with the princess exhorting her scholar to embody the traditional virtues of Longhua as a way of honoring the memory of their love. Yuga, as you stand before the Melia, the banging key vibrates one.
Sorry, it's taking a pill. Okay. I guess we're gonna have to take that with us. I'm starting to collect a lot of things here. I'll pick it up and bring it close to the others. Definitely not gonna mess with the flower itself.
Did the diary have any more information besides what it says in the on the tin?
It's all the information. Generally, no. No specifics.
I'm gonna collect it either way.
Okay.
I think it would be good for the town to see that.
Yes, maybe he was still trying to protect them, even though he was being selfish in a way. Anyways, are you all ready to see what we're dealing with in here?
Yeah.
Then you go. You have the key.
The door lies before you.
There's a door by Shugo here that your key opens.
I will carefully attempt putting the key in the door.
You place the key. Place it in the fangs of the devil that is engraved upon it.
I seriously don't like that devil face.
And as you do so, you we're gonna take actually 5 minutes here before you guys enter. That's fair enough. We'll be back in 5 minutes, everyone. 1 second. Alright, we're back. And as you all are preparing to step through this doorway here, you see music to Oh. As you guys are stepping through, find the world around you shifts, changing into one that is wildly different from the Willowshore you know. As I do. And I'm gonna delete all this. And they're locked. Don't really need. There we go. That'll work. Okay. Broken as enter. Strange, different world. Beyond the door sprawls a nightmarish landscape under a sky that looks like boiled blood. The clouds are churning masses of bruised violet and red, devoid of a sun. Instead of stars, the sky is spangled with enormous, glowing eyes. Some seem to shift their gaze to follow those that move about the landscape below, while others stare blankly at seemingly nothing. The largest of these eyes looks down like a moon. Beneath that alien sky lies the landscape of Willowshore, yet only the topography remains the same. This sprawling Willowshore appears as the town might have after a century of growth, now a massive city that spreads out across the land, leaving little of the natural world in its wake. The river and lake are lifeless black voids, and the water has neither waves nor currents. It sits motionless in its bed. The building's wooden walls leak a tarry, foul-smelling sap that seeps down their sides like black tears. All of Willowshore's natural vegetation, farm crops, and garden plants have been replaced by stunted, tortured replicas that surely can't still be alive. In the distance to the north, where once stood the great willow atop a forested hill, rises a massive urban sprawl over which looms an immense, disfigured arm, its twisted talons reaching up as if to rip at the glaring sky above.
You know, I've often said during this past year that there's very little that can surprise me anymore. But I think we're finding out what can. Even I'm unnerved by this.
Certainly isn't a pleasant vision of the future. Though I wouldn't give it much credit.
It's one we're obviously going to, well, prevent, aren't we?
I don't know what would happen if Kugati got out, but maybe something like this.
Perhaps.
Is this the future?
Perhaps it's just what Kugapti wants.
If this is the future, then we need to stop this future.
Good roll.
Looking.
Oh, and one more thing. As soon as you arrive, you find, each of you, that your wrists are encircled by spectral chains with dim, illegible runes glowing on them. Runes and shapes very similar to those you found burned onto the wrists of the murder victim.
Oh.
Everybody except Yuga. The rest of you feel an unnerving doom. Or a doomed one, besides you.
Okay.
I don't like that.
That's ominous.
Looking around, is there anybody else here at all?
For that, Elzin or anybody who wants to roll a recall knowledge on these runes may do so, with a magic-related one of the four.
Religion.
Could I make it as a non-magic user? No,
You
never
could
mind.
not. But it doesn't seem to matter. Thousand.
Oh my gosh,
You
you
got-
guys.
Well, it's because the Pilgrim's Ward adding an extra unnatural +1 that you wouldn't normally get. Either way, though, Baozin, you understand that as long as you remain within this place, that you intuitively understand as being called Kugapti's grasp, your very souls are in danger. You will be doomed one. Cannot be lowered by itself, anyway. However, you understand that if you do die here within this mindscape, Kugapti will claim your soul. And any attempt that seeks to return one who is slain here to life, that attempt would be counteracted by the very nature of this mindscape. Possible, but very difficult. However, strangely, you realize you are unaffected by those swirling chains on your wrist. You don't see them on you at all. You are even, in fact, you feel a warm, protective sensation rising through your body from actually quite a few locations. You pat some of your pouches and such, and you fish out the ruined portrait. You fish out the letter that you found on the scroll. You fish out the withered flower. And of course, you feel that same warmth. Bang. E.
4 of them, 4 of us.
Seems so.
Never
What
have we been
happens
closer.
if
to
I
Kuga?
hand the portrait? Does it say to Baozin?
Baozin takes it. You
Hi,
also
hello.
feel that same warmth, and the spectral chains on your wrist shatter away, and you are no longer doomed one.
I see.
Okay.
I hand it back to Yuga.
No.
This is best in this is
You-
best in your hands. If any of
No,
us
it's
go
not.
down,
We have 4 of
Any-
these, Baozin.
Bowsen, it is preventing you from being cursed by this
I
place.
thought it was a Skyfang crystal. I thought we only had one.
He's
No,
giving
it-
you the portrait that we found.
Oh, the
Portrait.
items. Each
The
item.
leather. Bang.
Okay, I
And
take it. Thank you.
Baozin and Yuga do not have the spectral chains anymore.
Okay. I'll give the flower and box to Laodon and the letter to Shugo.
Shugo will gladly take it.
Take them. The spectral chains shatter. Seems as though these warm remembrances of the more fond moments of Heishanbo's life seem to protect you from the accursed nature of this mindscape so close to Kugapti, yet seemingly anchored through Heishanbao.
I'm sure our souls would still be at risk if we were to die here. But we won't. We won't let each other.
Are we gonna need to remember who has which, or should just not worry about
no.
distributing?
It's fine as is. And yes, going to Shugo, looking around, some people walking about this more urbanized landscape. But you see that they are faceless, phantom men and women who appear to go about their day normally, although with postures that imply exhaustion and depression. Some even walk by you as you're standing in front of the manor here. Manor looking basically the same as everything else here, sort of tar falling off of it. It doesn't seem special amongst the city. And as you see figures walking by you, they don't regard you, they don't react to your presence. You try to talk to them, speak. Ghostly, and step right through them. They walk right through as if incapable of even perceiving you all.
I wonder if the theater master is here. I don't want to think about it. I just want to help free these people. Where should we go?
Hard to say.
Looking at that hand, does it seem like it's organic?
What hand? Oh, the hand
You
that's
said there
reaching
was a
towards the
massive
sky. It's hard
hand,
to
yeah.
tell. It's sort of backlit by the sort of eyes in the sky. Imagine like the lightning black dragon boss room with the mass eyeballs skybox in Elden Ring. You guys ever got there? But you had to do it to get to there. Kind of. Anyway, yes, it's a backlit hand, a claw that rakes towards the sky. It definitely seems maybe flesh-like, scaled, maybe skin. It's no stone erection or statue, but that would be the. It's no stone formation.
Okay, it's not like a structure in the shape of a hand. It's literally a hand.
Mhm.
That sucks.
I'm
It's
tempted to go
unmoving.
check the Tansugi Monastery, but I don't know if that'd be a good idea.
Are we actually by the gate of town?
You're at the gate of the manor, the governor's manor.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, that's like.
So there's a couple places that I might like to check. I don't know if it's worth doing it or not, but
Where would you like to go, Yuga?
I wouldn't mind dropping by the theater and the cathedral.
We can do that. Let's just hurry. I don't know what happens to us the longer we stay in here.
That's fine.
So I guess let's go to the theater.
Okay. As you guys begin crossing through the town square, leads you on the way to the theater. Eerily quiet. But there's still these, like, groan, sort of low cries across the horizon here and there. It's all somber. It's all just depressed. Worked up in a way, but not like scary roar, sort of like scream, terror, thing like that. And as you enter town square on your way to the place, to the theater, on a street corner here stands a wicker figure with a childishly painted wooden ball for a head. Although it's clumsily rendered, the face appears to be He Shan Bao's.
Oh.
The figure is clad in the rags of an imperial herald's finery and carries a yellow sealed scroll covered with meaningless scribbles. It clicks and clatters as though it had clockwork gears ticking in its chest, but peering in through the shell of its body reveals only a handful of dead butterflies, with withered red wings rattling against one another. Would you guys approach them? See what's going on?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Sort of like shifts itself, flicks its head towards you all, stretches its wicker arms wide, as though reciting an official proclamation. The rattle of its butterfly husks vaguely resemble a repeated chant. All hail the most glorious of governors in all his glory. Glorious is he, glorious he was, glorious he will be again.
This is making me sick.
Anybody with society training realizes that there might be something more to this, so they can...
Okay. Definitely a
Might as
play
well.
of some kind. Probably sarcasm.
You're able to recall, or like sort of know, that a herald of Imperial Langlois wouldn't ordinarily celebrate a governor for glory, which was never considered a quality worth touting. A truly worthy governor would be celebrated for virtue, wisdom, or honorable obedience to the law. The
So in reality, this is mockery.
fact that this herald speaks only of glory and does so mindlessly to an empty village would be considered a fool's tragedy by the sages of Langlois.
Tragedy. Did Kazuma do this?
I wouldn't know how to tell that, but should we destroy it?
Are we supposed to?
I don't think it would change things here.
It feels empty. It's preaching to nothing.
Much the same way Heishambao's words and feelings and opinions fell upon deaf ears in the village. Those of us... he was not liked.
And for good reason, it seems.
I ask again, should I destroy this thing?
Effigies
No.
are made to be burned, aren't they?
They are.
I say we do it.
She goes gonna go up to it and rip it in parts.
Incredibly easy. Apart. Clatters to the ground.
What happens to the butterflies that were inside of it?
Butterflies stop shuddering, stop making the sounds as they shattered away.
If the governor's in here someplace, this must be torture for him. If he's even still a person.
I
As
doubt.
much as I dislike him, nobody deserves torture.
Yuga, which way is he?
I hold on to my blue stone pendant and I begin saying a prayer to try to attune my mind to track.
Alright. North, towards the claw that seems to stretch from where the great willow once stood.
I point toward it, nodding.
Well, then we know where we must go. Shugo's gonna turn in that direction and start going there, unless somebody stops him to go someplace else.
You know what? I'm not going to object. Taking care of him might resolve any other further issues.
You the impression that somewhere amidst this terrible place are the souls of those slain at home, taken by Kugapti, placed in here.
Should we try to find them first, though? Let's just go to the theater
Okay.
master's house really quick.
I would actually like that, yes.
Maybe we can get some more information first. So we head to Kazuma's house.
Go to the theater. He made his home within. As you do, find in the same location. Because this place, as you enter it, the building, strange, you haven't entered any of the buildings, but you find that it's curiously vacant and almost two-dimensional. As if it had been hastily slapped into place by a disinterested stage designer, the interiors, furniture, and that. This place contains no real furniture, only carelessly painted suggestions on the walls. Decorative screens and floral arrangements may be reduced to vague smudges of color. Books, scrolls, and letters contain illegible scribbles. Entries hold only rice husks and stale water. And you get the impression this world is of He Shanbo's imagination. Seems like he had never much of an interest in the lives of the commoner. That shows the way he has painted their homes.
Okay. Then the stage itself.
Step into the office space where you found first the murdered Kazuma. You find a ghostly visage of them
Oh,
again. This one, however, grisly in its fate. Their shackled spirit seems to be chained to their writing desk, where the blinded Kitsune endlessly revises a playbook for the Chronicle of the Waterweaver. The copy he works on, seemingly the one that was stolen from his home on his murder. As he works, he mutters to himself, frustrated. All this hard work tampered with. Meddling egos, thick-skinned politicians. It's all wrong now. Work with what they want to see, what they don't want to see. They'll kill me if I write this now. Doesn't seem to
Kazuma.
react. And as you sort of try to speak to them, he impatiently waves you off. I only have a few hours to get these changes made, so unless you've got some bright ideas, please keep quiet.
What do you need to do?
The play, it's all wrong. I will never be satisfied. I have to work with what they want, and it's all wrong. And as he's sort of speaking, he's scribbling in it. He's trying to write the lines, and he does write sort of beautiful lines. But then, it seems as though the play is obvious about its intentions to cast a caricature of Heishan Bao as the main villain, but when he keeps trying to write that, these adjustments fade away, so that he must start over and over and over again. He just keeps rewriting Heishan Bao, rewriting the governor, or this caricature of the sort of corrupt governor in the Chronicle of the Waterweaver. Seems he cannot finish the work. Satire, it's not subtle enough. The governor must not know that I'm writing about him, but I need the rest of the town to know, because it truly is about him, his corruption.
I want to help you somehow.
Tell me what to write. Tell me how to write this.
We have a version of the Waterweaver Chronicles, right? That we got from his house. Is that one completed, or was it not completed?
That was some incomplete notes,
Gotcha.
but it could help.
Shugo's gonna reach into the bag and pull out the notes and kind of present them to Yuga. Maybe these will help.
I agree. If we have something tangible to work with, maybe we'll be able to keep the words that we need. And what about the diary? Can we use that?
Might as well try. He also pulls out Henshinbo's diary as well.
Okay. Tell me. What do I need to do? How do I make this work? None of this will.
Would Yuga maybe be able to do like a performance check to maybe determine what to help with?
Yeah, could be. Could also be diplomacy to sort of assuage his spirit. Try to settle his nerves. Tell him that it will be fine the way it is, to quell the
Better at
perfectionism.
that. Yeah, I'm a lot better at diplomacy than I am at performance. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna try to keep him calm, keep him focused with diplomacy.
Okay.
33?
Just enough.
Wow.
As you assuage his fears, you calm his nerves. The little time that you had spent with him, you learned a lot. and he is an obsessive perfectionist. Not many new plays are put on at the Songbird, which was the theater's name. Yet when they do, they're very good. You assuage all of that. The Chronicle of the Water Weaver, as you read it, was already nearly completed. A few more lines. And as you tell him, he makes one final editorial change to the play. And suddenly, the pages start flipping and words complete on every single page, front to back. As he sort of sits back, leaning back, his chains. His eyes, you notice, return to his skull. The shackles on his wrist fade. He finishes his work, leaning backwards. His final utterance, a simple sigh, relief, as his spirit vanishes. You're getting an impression that their soul ready to move on.
I'll make sure the town knows.
Yuga, I don't think you understand what you did. He was trapped here in Kugate's clutches, and you freed him.
Yeah. Yeah.
We need to look for the others to see if we can free them as well.
Yes.
Let's go to the cathedral.
Before you go, the Chronicles of the Water Weaver still lie on the floor.
We could touch it and take it?
Touch it,
Then we're bringing it home.
and it instantly vanishes.
Maybe it went home?
Maybe it went home, and we can have it be played in his memory.
Feel in your mind, blessing, Cosmo, blessing on your will. +2 to Wilson.
Wow. That's so cool.
Now you guys go to the Lady of Souls Cathedral.
Yes. We have another
Yeah.
soul to put at rest, at least.
You guys head in that. But as you cross, or manufacturing district, as you cross the Dawnstep Bridge that now sort of is this widened but haphazardly widened thing. The original bridge is sort of hidden underneath these grisly metal slats, and it is essentially a horrible version of urbanization where the old traditional bridge is subsumed by this widened causeway, fit only for massive wagons, all of that. Not a pleasant thing to cross anymore, but you're sort of dodging these wagons, these ghostly wagons crossing. The Eternal Lantern simply just isn't there. A building has taken its place. A heartless thing to be taken away.
Expected.
And now, though, as you head towards her fluvial Lady of Souls, the cathedral here, it is little more. Oh, wait, hold on. Before you even get there, you're crossing through the industrial of, well, your father, your paper makers, and the kilns and other things. You're crossing that. You find a lumber yard, scale built of warped, blackened beams and rusting chains stand here. On its crosspiece perches a carrion crow the size of a small pony. The crow vomits an unending stream of human bones onto the high side of the scale. So it's sort of a scale for the lumber. The dish on that side is pierced through with a large hole so that all the bones fall straight through, and the dish never truly lowers. Just as the bones would strike the ground, they disappear. On the other side, low to the ground, is a heap of lumber and silver on the other end of the scale. A flickering image of a wicker figure stands beside the low dish, digging frantically through the silver ingots and piled lumber with such determination that its fingers are frayed to ruins. The figure's round, wooden face has been crudely painted to resemble Hei Shan Bao. Dead butterflies with red wings are heaped up inside its chest, and they rattle against one another to create a plaintive susurration that unendingly repeats, "Where are you, my precious ones? Where are you? You must be here. All that is precious to me is here. Where are you, my precious ones? Where are you?" He continues repeating that phrase over and over and over and over again, endlessly searching for preciousness amongst the silver and lumber.
That's weird. I say as like there's like eyeballs in the sky.
You guys do anything with this, or simply
cost.
proceed?
What's up with that crow?
Still vomits an endless stream of bones onto the other end of the scale. Not able.
Trying to get it onto that plate.
For some reason, I want to make it stop somehow.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
What do you
But
do?
what could we possibly do with that? Patch the hole?
Can we, like, use two fingers, like, pinch the crow's mouth beak shut?
It's
Stop
a
that.
massive pony-sized crow sitting on top of the sort of roof of the
Hey,
lumberyard.
Shugo, you do that.
What?
I don't think that is the solution.
That sounds unnecessarily cruel. I mean, if they're falling through the plate on the scale, what if we replace the plate or put something over it so it collects the bones?
I still think we should close its beak
Why? Why do you think that? Please explain that to
so
me.
it doesn't spew bones.
And then it's going to collect in its throat and mouth. It's
I wonder if this is some sort of twisted play on the boneyard or something.
On one side of the scale is silver and lumber, weighed down. On the other side of the scale, bones are falling through a hole in it, seemingly unable to weigh the scale down compared to silver, lumber.
Shugo's gonna take the literal thing here, and he's gonna find something big that he can put on top of the hole to fill it.
Can I remove some of the silver and lumber?
I was about
From
to
the
say,
scale.
should be able to just move one side to the
Because
other.
the cost of that silver and lumber is the lives
Yes.
that were sacrificed.
true.
So if we don't have that silver and lumber, the lives won't need to be spilled.
Because it was all meaningless in the end.
Step over towards the silver and lumber. As you reach for it, the wicker figure continues its search through it. You reach into the silver and lumber, you pull out silver ingots, you pull out piles of lumber, but when you look back, there is ever more silver and lumber. It seems no matter how much silver or lumber you have, it doesn't matter. Put it to the side. After a while, the silver or lumber that is outside the scale withers away, but there's always more when you look back at that side of the scale.
So we can't just remove it to show the futility of comparing lives to physical wealth.
Always more wealth. There are always more lives. Yet as you look at it, it seems unending, unmovable. It is simply a concept made manifest. One that you
On the other
perhaps
hand,
cannot change.
yeah, and if this isn't directly tied to anybody whose soul was taken, then maybe there's really nothing that we need to do with it this time.
Would it even hurt to try my idea of closing the Raven's Beak?
Try. It would be
I'm
sugar
gonna-
gas.
Please, just humor me.
Fine. She goes in to move over and try to, like, move the bird or stop it from vomiting bones onto the one side of the scale.
You push the bird. Maybe topple it down. Another takes its place. Continues to vomit bones out. They find another rooftop nearby. View the bones of the dead.
Well, it didn't hurt. Worth trying.
I'm ready to go to the cathedral,
As am I.
or, well, what's
You guys
there?
head to the cathedral of her fluvial Lady of Soul. The cathedral is little more than a crumbled ruin covered with blasphemous graffiti. You step through the ruins, you don't find Eliseth Candora in the cathedral itself. You do
That's fine. We
see
need to go to the back anyway.
the graveyard.
Graveyard.
Graveyard has been similarly defaced, with every marker smashed and every grave dug up, empty. You see, wandering the desolation, the ghostly figure of Eliseth Pandora. She moves, you're approaching her. At a snail's pace, her shackled chains appear to be buried in the earth, and as she pushes forward, the chains leave a furrow in the ground behind her, further defiling the soil even as she continues her hopeless journey. Her eyes, of course, plucked from her head, though there is not an image. Art for oh no. Either way, as you're watching her, now and then she pauses at a defiled grave to lift the flute that she carries. But when she tries to play it, the flute falls apart. She then reaches down, cobbles the fractured flute back together as best she can, then moves on to a different defiled grave to repeat the process over and over.
I have both the broken flute and my own flute.
Go to speak to her.
I go to speak to her.
Oh, no, Without my flute, I can't bring peace to the defiled dead, the graveyard. He holds up her shattered flute, sort of looking through you, looking past you almost. Its repairs obviously tenuous and faulty. If only my flute were not so broken, I could bring a moment of peace to these tormented souls.
Elizabeth, does it have to be your flute?
It was always my flute. But there's a song we would play. Remember who you are, but remember the song. Through spirits.
I pull out my flute. And I'm gonna try playing this.
Roll a performance check. I will tell you, that is exactly the as-written DC that you needed.
Holy smokes.
As you play the flute, yours and hers sync up, unison. And the power of your music, the power of it, overcomes any force that would shatter hers. And as you play out this somber dirge that you had learned from Eliseth Kandora, but she herself had learned not from the classic Pharasman texts, but from local spirit shepherds he had then would have brought into the Pharasmite faith. The traditional tune definitely seemed to cause many other lingering, wandering phantasms around this graveyard to shimmer and simply disappear. As she finishes the final act of the mournful dirge on the flute, her eyes return to her skull, shackles on her wrists fade. Gives you one more look. Bows her head. Pharasma, guide me home. Vanishes with a sigh of relief.
And Yuga falls to his knees and takes a moment to cry.
You do. Lingering notes of her music persist, filling you all with a energy, new energy, and a love for life. Gain her soul blessing.
That's so cool. We did it.
You did it, Yuka.
But I couldn't have done this alone. I couldn't have gotten here alone. I couldn't have done any of this alone. I played the flute, and I helped with the writing, but I needed all three of you. We need each other. I'm glad that these are probably the only two affected in this way. I'm glad that nobody else has to go through this, because we're going to put a stop to it together.
Those were the only 2 that were taken. So, yes. Shugo's gonna go up and kind of console Yuga and comfort him a little bit.
Thank you. I'll be okay.
I can't believe it would have been optimal to let at least one more person die to get a bonus.
Don't say that.
It's out of character. That's out of character.
Either way.
Interesting.
You also get this sensation as you had released many of these other souls in the graveyard of their fortitude, their strength, soul blessing of fortitude.
Well, how convenient.
So now, dead assuaged, you now feel confident they have gone to where they need to go, that your actions going further will not cause them to be doomed to be here or trapped, however this all ends. Your gaze looks to the claw that rakes at the sky, of boiling blood, eyes peering down. Only one thing remains to be done. Skyfang Crystal still pulls you in that direction.
Let's go see the governor. I have words with him.
As do we all.
For him. Probably not very eloquent ones at this point. So, I apologize if I end up coming across as somewhat crass or uncouth.
They are words well earned for all the pain he's put everybody in this town through. What he's done to everybody.
Is it okay if I say that I want to destroy him utterly? Not his soul.
Makes sense.
I want to free his soul and release his soul to Pharasma, so he can be properly judged. But I'm gonna kill him. I'm going to kill him.
I will make sure you do.
We're all going to kill. Actually, probably, most likely, you're probably going to kill him, and we're going to do everything in our power to help you. I'll be okay.
So, you guys head up towards that?
Yep.
Across town. You notice back in the marketplace, the Wicker Man has returned. Continues to spout off the glories of Heishan Bao. But as you pass that by and get into the more rural reaches, one more thing. A wicker figure stands at the side of the road, craning its head up towards the windows and clasping its hands admiringly. It wears the shabby wrap, moth-eaten shawl of a peasant woman, with a smiling, clumsily painted face on its round wooden head is Heishan Bao's. Dead, red-winged butterflies rattle in its hollow chest. The sound of their corpses ticking against one another sounds like a repetitive chant. My son, my wonderful son, how proud I am of my wonderful son. My son, my wonderful son. They repeat, and repeat, and repeat.
Wow.
Looking up at the window, is there somebody there?
Nobody. Just a random window in a random corner of the village.
It's almost sad. Well, it is sad if you think about it. He was so desperate for approval from the people around him and to be more than he should have been.
Failed to realize just how much he actually did have. I think that's maybe the biggest tragedy of it all.
You guys continue northwards. Of course, this hill that was in normal Willowshore, just filled with forest, is now much more cityscape. You continue in the direction of the claw. The claw strangely never seemed to get closer. Instead, the surrounding buildings seem to grow taller, the streets grow narrower, and the sky above somehow seems lower. The transformation increases more quickly while move. But even if you stand still as well, the widest streets feel like they become narrow alleyway, and the view of the sky above is reduced to a narrow strip, visible between looming, towering buildings so packed together they feel more like the walls of a cavern than a street-like facade. I'm going to move you guys to a scene.
Yeah.
What do we got for do this? Do what we had was go. Guys, look behind yourselves. It maybe looks like it widens behind you. But as you've been stepping through these narrow alleyways trying to find the way up to the claw, you find actually before you 2 doors at the end of this alleyway, which is strange. Lie before you as if waiting to be opened.
I see no reason not to.
Shio nods, steps up to the doors, and he pushes them open.
Okay. You open them. Not into a building, but instead onto a familiar, wide stone bridge. The Dawnstep Bridge. The panorama of Willowshore as it existed last spring lies beyond the bridge's rails, including the eerie fog that plagued the town. To the north and south, wooden barricades set with double doors prevent sight beyond the bridge, while above, a moon in the shape of a red eye looms in the night sky. In the middle of the northern end of the bridge, an immense golden throne has been built to resemble a seated demon, fitted with deep purple cushions and draped with furs and swathes of embroidered silks.
How very grotesque.
Seated standing amidst the throne, left and right, are 2 ogre-like, Onidoshi. But on the throne itself, side, show you, is a familiar figure. Gurgle Gut. Figure that defended the bridge when you were first liberating Willowshore from the monstrous incursion all those months ago.
Maybe if we're lucky, he'll still be the same power level.
It wouldn't matter either way.
His art is different. He's different.
Oh no!
He's gonna have a breath attack, I bet you.
He seems... Well, first, it seems that the throne he's using is larger and, of course, more ornate. Gurglegut himself towers at twice his previous height, standing 13 feet tall once he rises from his throne to address you all. And as he addresses you, he roars with laughter, raises a large jug of rice wine to salute you all. Says, "And here we are again, heroes of Willowshore. Only this time, you should not catch me at a disadvantage. This time, my guardians are competent. This time, I am not drunk and distracted. This time, I will be eating your flesh and crunching your bones when all is said and done."
So are you
No,
not?
don't do that.
I would appreciate it if you don't, but you don't feel like there's anything wrong with the current situation here. Do you realize where you are?
I realize. After you killed me, Ugopti took my soul and bid me guard his grave. And here we are again, though this time I have a greater purpose for the one who plucked me from the cycle, the one who continues my very form, instead of allowing me to be taken by your goddess of destruction. But
It is unnatural to be outside of the cycle. Allow us to return it to you.
you do not need to. If you are truly after Kugapti, perhaps I could make things easier for you. There is a greater god still for me, beyond Kugapti, and that is the god of coin. Grant me something. Something worth 2,000 gold pieces. It will buy you passage out a fight. As he says that, two other Onidoshi step from behind, sort of block any escape.
Oh,
I
fun.
think we can do that. I look at the others and I'm like, do you think we can do that?
Well, first of all, can I do a sense motive to see if he's telling the truth and saying that he'll let us pass?
Yeah, roll perception.
We can just give him the dragon turtle armor.
That's incredible.
Shugo, you are certain that he's almost playing a caricature of himself, but he would let you pass. Seems like that part of him is not something that Kugapti influenced. His lust for gold. or something.
That is worth 2,000. Oh my gosh.
There shouldn't be anything left in the sale box. Yeah, all that stuff is gone. That got sold.
Oh, then
okay.
why is it? Never mind
I
that.
must have forgotten this. Hold on.
Okay, so our main candidates are the weapons that we just picked up, the 4 Tiger Blade and the Didao.
Well, I believe that you can be honorable to your word. We have a weapon here that would be quite valuable to you, I imagine.
I will take it.
And she was going to produce the Thundering Fury. Didao.
Step up, hand it over to him. And as you do, the Onidoshi vanish into puffs of fog. And Gurglegut himself shifts down to the skinny, weak version of himself that he was before.
Now we can kill him.
You. Wait. What's this? You freed me. I've been held captive here by Great and Glorious Kugapti, but I just want to get out of here. My soul when you killed me. Didn't want any of this. I swear it.
We apologize for that. We did not know what was happening at that time, and nobody should be trapped here, not even somebody like you.
I'll take that as a compliment, I suppose. Okay. I definitely won't go further in here, but be aware of dead bodies. The playthings of Kugapti enjoy using the dead as disguises.
Now that he's back in this form, looking at him, does he have the shackles on him as well around his wrists?
As you look to his wrists, you see that these shackles begin to glow brightly and burn at his wrists. Wait, no. No, I see nothing, really. But a few moments later, he shrieks in terror before his head bursts into a plume of crimson butterflies that swirls through the air, fades to smoke, leaving the Buso finally and forever dead.
I kind of wanted to do that. Can we pick the weapon back up, or is that gone too?
That is gone.
No!
It's
Trade.
okay.
Not a big deal. Part of me wanted to fight, but yeah, that would have been tough. Maybe.
I'm just gonna put that on his body so it can be deleted by you.
Yep. There we go.
Well, at least we didn't have to expend any more of our limited resources here.
We've hardly expended any. We could have taken him.
I'm sure we
I see
could
your
have,
point.
but who knows what kind of injuries we might have sustained.
I like the fact that we are still basically at full power.
Yes.
Because I don't think we're going to have very many opportunities to recover it.
So looking over the sides of the bridge, is there just a void out there?
No. It looks as though Willowshore did when it was being invaded. The fog was everywhere. You vaguely hear shouts and screams, the clash of blades. Reminds you of that fateful spring.
I'm gonna step around the throne and head towards the other end of the bridge.
Okay. The other end, barricades and then 2 wooden doors lie.
I wonder how long this memory will go on before we face him. Perhaps this is it.
I have a feeling that we might be seeing more events from our past, Willowshore's past. But we'll see in a moment.
Okay.
And Shugo steps to the next doors and prepares to push them open.
Push them open. You find again the cramped alleyways, the barely visible sky above, that lead you to another door on a stone wall. Leodon coming with us.
He just stays behind. He's done. And he opens the next one.
Opens to a strange scene. It opens through a crumbling, vine-covered stone wall into an overgrown monastery courtyard. Thick tangles of brambles and weeds grow on the ground, while to the left and right, a wall of densely packed trees blocks the way. A wall on the opposite side of the overgrown courtyard has another old stone door, while in the middle rises a single towering tree, its trunk diseased and its branches bare. The upper half looks more like a twisted claw reaching up into the overcast sky above than anything else. As you all look upon it, of course it is meant to be the Tansugi Monastery. Except the tree, obviously dead. Of course, as you enter a new area, you may roll perception checks. Looking around. Guys, as you are looking around, it is only Liaodon that notices what appear to be vague shapes of dozens of human faces growing from the dead tree's moldy bark, each mouth open in a silent scream. You realize that some force of unlife, undead evil, lies rooted in the tree. And as you notice that, tree begins to sort of creak, shift. Those faces rip from the bark, forming spectral Waldgeists, or Waldgeist rather. The corpse root, the tree itself, rips its roots up from the ground. Itself an enemy as well. And with that, lurches towards you all. But of course, we are at the end of the session. Going to leave this until next time. No?
I can't wait to hit them with void damage and watch them melt.
About that. Anyway.
I'll never get to use void damage in this game well.
I hope you guys had a good time today.
I did.
Yeah.
Surprisingly chill session.
The calm before the storm, I might add. We're exploring shattered mind of Heishan Bo. Hope you guys had a good time.
Yeah, sorry if I seemed a little out of it today.
Oh,
I
it's-
kind of am.
It's totally fine. It is totally fine.
Yeah, I'm on meds. I'm sick.
No big issue.
But I did my best, and I think I was basically okay.
Perfectly fine, really. And with that, of course, Yugi, you up to advertising?
Yeah. Hey, Let me paste my thing. Hi, everybody. I'm Yuga. I'm Chris, aka Reef, player of Yuga, and I stream on Twitch on Wednesdays and Saturdays, 6 p.m. Central, at Twitch TV Captain Reef. That's RIEF. But I'm probably missing another day tomorrow because I'm sick.
And as always, if you guys enjoyed, make sure to look at my Patreon, patreon.com/kobolddm. I have maps for Season of Ghosts, Outlaws of Alkenstar, and now I'm remastering my immense collection of Kingmaker supplemental maps. So those will look better. Either way, though, over 100 maps that you can get on my Patreon for supplementing adventure paths that don't always have all the maps they need for every encounter, even with the Foundry modules. So that's sort of my niche. Fill in where they don't. That being said, I hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you all next time. Bye now.
Have a bye-bye. Or
Bye bye.